Hello friends, the atmosphere in my kitchen is very much ethnic today. I'm wearing a velvet top. I have our grandmother's velvet spread out from 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago. And so the food that we're introducing today is called Fesenjoon. Fesenjoon. Fesenjoon has walnut and pomegranate sauce in it, but I have also added the potion of love, which is our Canadian maple syrup instead of sugar. You will see how I'm going to be incorporating all these delicious, nutritious ingredients into this recipe. Fesenjoon can be made either with chicken or with meatballs, and today I'm going to give you the meatball version of Fesenjoon. First, I want to go over the ingredients for the meatball. We have half a kilo of ground beef. We have 1 large onion that is finely grated, and I have let it sit here for the water to come out of it, and I have discarded the water. You have to make sure that the water is drained and pulled out of the onion. Half a teaspoon of each salt, turmeric, egg we're going to put in the meatball, and some flour, about 2 to 3 tablespoonfuls of flour, which I use gluten-free flour such as rice flour, and ketchup. First, I'm going to prepare the meat for the meatball and put it aside. Let it sit to sort of stick together before we start cooking it. So here we go. This is equal to 1 onion. And now we're gonna add the rest of the stuff that is needed for the meatball one by one. Because the onions have a little bit of water in them anyhow, and we've added the eggs to make it sticky, this might be needing a little bit of flour. So I'm going to be adding 2 or 3 tablespoonfuls of flour. We're going to cover the meat and let it sit to be a little sticky and come together while we're making the other ingredients ready. The main ingredient the most essential ingredient for Fesenjoon is this molasses or sauce of pomegranate sauce. Some of the pomegranate sauce that you find on the market are sour. Some of them are a little bit more sweet. This food has to be sweet and sour. So you have to taste it a little bit before you start cooking, and depending on your taste, then you will decide the amount of either sugar or maple syrup that you're going to be using in this food. I like maple syrup, so I've already tasted this one. It's a little bit sweet and sour both. I think I need about 4 tablespoons of this. The rest of the ingredients for the sauce is 1 grated onion, 2 cups of crushed walnut, 1 tablespoonful of tomato paste, half a teaspoon of turmeric, and half a teaspoon of salt. For the first step, we have added the onions and the walnuts together in a large pot with 3 cups of water in a high heat. So this is after 5 minutes. You can see that the walnuts are not in a clump. They are nicely mixed with the water. And now we're going to add the tomato paste. We're turning down the heat, and for 20 minutes let the tomato paste cook together with the sauce. In the 20-minute time that we have for the sauce to thicken and cook, we are going to make the meatballs ready. Usually I add Italian herbs to my sauces for spaghetti, but for this particular food, those herbs don't go well together. So I have eliminated using those herbs. This is lots of fun. It reminds me of kindergarten and playing with Play-Doh. Hey Kevin, this big dude is my guy, my son. 20 minutes has passed and we're gonna add the pomegranate sauce. Then we add turmeric and salt. We're gonna add 4 tablespoonfuls of the potion of love or maple syrup. I have really hot cooking oil here. I usually use vegetable oil. The meatballs go in here, but they don't cook for very long. I don't want them to burn. I don't want them to get hard. Because then we're going to be transferring them into the sauce and they're going to continue to cook in the sauce. Now we're adding the meatballs to the sauce and they're going to be cooking together for half an hour until the sauce gets very thick. Okay, half an hour has passed and our fesenjoon is ready. We know fesenjoon is ready when you see a layer of oil appears on top and the sauce quite thickens. Dear friends, the oil that you see on top of this food comes from walnut. Walnut is a food that is rich in omega-3 and fatty acids that are very beneficial to our cardiovascular health. So right now I'm going to go ahead, enjoy this decadent food and say goodbye and bon appetit to each and every one of you.